Hello students, standard 7. We are learning very interesting topic in geometry, that is congruence of the triangles. We saw that triangles are congruent. Two triangles are congruent if under a given correspondence the three sides and the three angles of a triangle are equal to the three sides and the three corresponding angles of another triangle. Only then we can say that. But after that we saw some criterias. It means that according to that criteria, we can only have to check three sets or the three pairs of the congruent parts, and from that also we can say that the triangles are congruent. We learn two criterias. SSS, that is side criteria, or SAS, congruence rule. Similarly, we learned the other one, that was SAS, side angle side, in which we saw that two sides and the angle included between them was used, and according to that we established the congruence of the triangle. Now the third criteria we are going to learn today, that is the ASA, means angle side angle congruence rule. So it is quite similar to SAS, only the place of S and A are changed. So what is the ASA congruence rule? Here also the included side is there. In that there were two sides and included angle barrier. Here two angles and the side included between them is referred here. So if under a given correspondence two angles and the included side of a triangle, here two angles and the included side of a triangle are equal to the two angles and included side between them of the other triangle, then the triangle are congruent. Let us understand what is included side. Here in triangle ABC, if you consider those two angles, then this side is included between them, because between them it is line. Similarly, if you consider those two angles, angle A and angle C, then AC is the included side between angle A and angle C. And if you consider angle A and B, then which is the included side? AB. AB is the included side between the angles A and angle B. So here, given that in the triangles under a given correspondence, the included side, two angles and the included side of a triangle are equal to the two angles and the included side of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Let us understand by taking a particular example. Look here, I took two triangles here, triangle ABC and triangle PQR, in which angle B and angle Q are equal, angle C and angle R are equal, and the included side BC and QR are also equal. So you can see that angle then the side and the angle. Means two angles and the included side. Two angles and included side. So here by ASA congruence rule, we can say that the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. So this is called the ASA, means angle side angle congruence rule. Now let us take an example so that it will be more clear in your mind. By applying ASA congruence rule, it is to be established that triangle ABC congruent to triangle QRP. Look here, triangle QRP is that, not PQR. And it is given that BC equals RP. Only given thing is BC equals RP. Now we have to check that which additional information is needed to establish this congruence. So let us draw figures. So now A, B, C, and congruence is QRP. So with A we have to take Q, with B we have to take R, and with C we have to take P. Given that BC equals RP, in which the side is given but the two angles are not given. So which two angles we have to take? We have to take those two angles with those two angles. And then only we can establish the congruence rule. So here BC is equal to RP given. So now BC is the side included by angles. Which angles are there? Angle B and angle C. And RP is the side included by angles, say R and angle P. It means that therefore angle B is equal to angle R and angle C is equal to angle P is needed to establish the ASA, establish the congruence by using ASA congruence rule. So here, as I told you, if the rule is in your mind, then you can easily do that. Here the side is given, but the two angles are not there. So you cannot take any two angles. The side given must be the included side between the angles, and therefore we have to take only those two. So angle B will be equal to angle R, means this one, and angle C must be equal to angle B. So this information is needed so that we can establish the congruence by ASA rule. Now there is an example 7 on the chapter on the page number 145, and I saw that it is little different, so maybe you will get confused, so I will explain you. Here the figure is given in which the two triangles are given, triangle AOC and triangle BOD. This angle C and this angle D are 70 degree, and here angle AOC is given 30 degree. And they ask that, can you use ASA congruence rule and conclude that triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. Now if you look at these figures, check here. Here only this side are given. AC and BD equals 3 given. Now this here those two angles are given, but here only one angle is given. Second thing is that here two angles are given, but side is not included. The included side is not, side is here. So at a first look, you will notice that you can't apply A as a congruence rule, because two angles are given but the side is not included. But if you think, then you can use it another way and convert it such that we can use that A as a rule and prove that these triangles are congruent. So let us see, in triangle AOC and triangle BOD. Now we are given that angle A and angle C and angle D that are equal given, right? So we can write down angle C equals angle D is equal to 70 degree given. Now we learn that when two lines crosses each other, what are these angles are called? What is this pair is called? Vertically opposite angles. And the measure of vertically opposite angles are always equal. So here you can see that AB and CD crosses at point O. So the angle AOC and angle BOD will be the same as 30 degree. So for that we can write down that also. That also angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. By because they are vertically opposite angles. They are vertically opposite angles. And we learn that vertically opposite angles are always of equal measure. So now also we know the angle sum property of the triangle. The sum of the three angles is 180 degree. Now two angles are known, so third angle will be also equal to. Therefore, angle A of triangle AOC will be 180 minus sum of these two angles means 70 plus 30. That is 180 minus, what is 70 plus 30 is 100. So 180 minus 100 is 80 degrees. Similarly, angle B of triangle BOD also 180 minus 70 plus 30, that is 180 minus 100 is equal to 80 degree. So here we get 80 degree, here also we get 80 degree. Now you can see that two angles and included side, equal, right? So now we can do here. Now therefore in triangle AOC and triangle BOD, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to 80 degree. Angle C equals angle D is equal to 70 degree, and included side AC is equal to included side CD is equal to 3. Given. So now, therefore, we can apply, we can use A as a congruence rule and say that triangle AOC is congruent to triangle BOD. So here at the first look we can understand that we cannot use this A as a congruence rule. But you see that by using the vertically opposite angles concept and also by using the angle sum property, we find out the other angle, and at last the two angles and the included side of both the triangles, we proved that they are equal, and by this way we find out. Let us write down a remark. Remark is that by this situation, if two angles are given but the side is not included, then using the angle sum property we can find out. So, given two angles of a triangle, you can always find the third angle. Find the third angle. So, whenever two angles and one side of a triangle are equal to the corresponding two angles and one side of the other triangle we can convert it to use the ASA congruence rule. It means that suppose two triangles are given, two angles are given congruent, but the side is not included side, means this side is given. Then also we can use the congruence rule. Why? Then the third angle we can find out by the angle sum property. So that two angles and included side, two angles and included side will be also there. So it doesn't matter, but only the corresponding sides and corresponding angles must be congruent. And then by converting them, we can use that as a congruence rule. So we are going to finish the session. I hope you understand it. It will be followed by the PDF, and any confusion write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.